that river pretty well now. This guy, Captain Sully Sullenberger, rolling in the deep, Adele. Who could forget? Who could forget the miracle on the Hudson really is what it's now known by, that Captain Sully Sullenberger successfully piloted in January 2009. All 155 people on board walked away unhurt. He was just telling us in the commercial break that everyone now refers to themselves by where they were seated. 25F, 13D on board this plane, still getting together after a couple of years. He's got a new book, second book since this happened in 2009. It's called Making a Difference. It focuses on other people's stories of inspiration and leadership. And Captain, good morning.
Great to be with you. All four of you. Thank you for having me.
All four of us. You get all four of us. And before we talk about this book here, I do want to ask, I wanted your 2 cents, because obviously what happened in 2009 with the Hudson, it was birds.
Yes.
Right? So now, have you heard about the FAA is now investigating this pilot's up in the air, a couple thousand feet up in Denver, in Colorado, and sees, they don't even know for sure. It might have been some sort of remote controlled mechanical, a plane. You can hear the fear in the pilot's voice with the air traffic control. What do you make of that?
Well, it's hard to know what it was. In fact, on occasion, even Mylar balloons, a big group of them can get up to several thousand feet, and as you fly past them, the rush is intense. So you normally don't see anything close to your airplane in flight, and it would get your attention.
Describe the nerves. The nerves.
Well, it would be a momentary startle, absolutely, but I'm glad nothing bad happened.
Okay. To the book. To the book, Making a Difference, stories of vision and courage from America's leaders. There are a lot of leaders in here that you're inspired by, that you got this amazing chance to talk to, run through a couple of these.
Well, they all are people inspired and that I admire. And I had a chance to do these incredible in-depth interviews, so I got a chance to ask the questions for a change and find out what makes them tick and what common themes there are.
Michelle Rhee, Admiral Thad Allen.
Jim Sinegal, the CEO of Costco, former Michigan Governor Jennifer Granholm, Robert Reich, former Labor Secretary. I chose people from intentionally diverse fields, some well-known, some not well-known at all, but all of whom share certain common traits, like they are willing to check their egos at the door, to serve a cause rather than just their own needs. And they're able to touch people in a very personal way and make a difference in people's lives. And so I had to put these incredible, sometimes funny, but always inspiring stories on the page and share them.
You know, part of your story, I had no idea, 6 months before that you land this plane on the Hudson River, you have this conversation with your boss, right? And you have this conversation, I'm going to quote you, this is from the book, because you really wanted to establish yourself as this aviation safety expert. We're thinking maybe cultural changes need to happen at your airline. And you said, the boss told you, quote, "We don't do big initiatives here." I said to myself, I'm 57 years old and I've implemented safety practices, taught team building, had a successful career. Maybe if I work hard and fortune smiles on me, I can find another way to contribute.
And I feel that way now. After Flight 1549 in the Hudson,
you do.
After my crew and I and New York Waterway and all the first responders saved lives, if I work very hard and I leverage what I have learned before, it's possible that in other ways I can make a difference. One of the things I'm working on right now, along with many others, is applying to patient safety in medicine the things we've learned about safety in aviation. In this country alone, every year, including hospital errors and hospital-acquired conditions, 200,000 lives are lost that are preventable deaths.
You have some criticism. I've read some of the articles when you're talking about the book for leaders in business and leaders in politics right now. And you've now interviewed, I would assume, dozens of leaders that you've talked to. If you could say, here's a Mount Rushmore of current leadership for this country, and it doesn't have to just be political, but who exemplifies what you're looking for in a leader?
I don't think we have to have a Mount Rushmore of leaders. I think we have people around us all the time who in their daily lives, ordinary folks are making a difference. It's just that they haven't been as publicly tested. We don't know yet who they all are, but we can identify them by their actions. They're the ones who have real values and then, believe it or not, choose to actually live by them. And I think we have people around that.
Well, your own personal story illustrates.
And so I think we need more people who can do two things, who can look beyond their own needs and who can occasionally at least take a longer view. People have asked me on occasion what my political affiliation is, and people ask me if I was a Republican or a Democrat in this very polarized environment, but my answer is always the same, that I'm an American first, and I vote as an American first. And that's one of my messages, too, is that we need to look to the long term. We need to get away from this my way or the highway environment and do what's right for all of us.
Final question.
Are you hopeful that American leadership will...
I am
There
hopeful.
is hope.
And in fact, when you read these interviews, whether it's Admiral Thad Allen, who's visited Bethesda, and seeing the courage of the people in this generation who have met these great challenges with grace, there's no doubt that we have people right now who have these qualities. We just need to get more of them involved in leadership in all our major institutions.
Just sitting here listening to him speak, if you were on board that plane, wouldn't you be calmed?
I'm voting for Sully.
Sully.
Voting for
Race
Captain
for impact, you
Sullenberger.
said.
Captain, nice to have you on.
great being
Thank
with
you
you.
so much.
Thank you.
Again, the book, Making a Difference. And our In Point with our panel is next.